Cheese your satini just the katuhan. Gi kadan. Yak. Shit cut ke hawutien. The katyer we kute yuk. Eight da kusatan. Kaklehin da kusatan. Ziu da kusatan. Out the gun. Out the tea. Yeah, owa. Yao kach a daily. Hast du je jene tachonach uke? Ja, at hast du jit wudu tea. Awe not plain. 18 tat. Awa qif. We hashich tla. Pixati xati. Ja, ida dach tu asako dat je chakach tu ne. Chayuk. Tleqanach aya adate chakach tu ne ach tu asako. Tleqa aya yukatangi yituwu. Yitiwu. Aka awe ach tu asako. Kayaaní. Shukwa. Oh, come. Get that. Okay. You have a translation exercise in front of you. Your sentence to translate is, my mother's sister's son got married. I'll pause. I'll pause for, what, 2 minutes? Kachi satka. Okay, there's a hand up. Wasayatnani.
ʼatudli.átk wuduwasháa.
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 Is that high or low?
Long and high.
Anybody have any alternatives? Yeet.
Oh, actually, I think I put a CH on the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The CH just to show that they were doing the one doing the verb.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that one. I'm still sticking with the perfective awasháa for the ergative.
I think we're going to go with wuduwasháa.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now, if the sentence were saying they married somebody, then you would have that. Okay, you okay? And no worries, it's just for fun. Great. Who did he marry? Yarhawane. Dasakshawik. Kashuk.
Ye'aweh adusa awashage.
Any comments, adjustments, alternatives?
I said
Kikutsi.
Ye'aweh likudzi.
I said yake, but I said I did say a douche soe for like the agent of the verb.
Well, I like what you're doing, but I do think we're probably asking about the object of the verb here. So he would be the subject. And then I think we don't need ge, because the adusa takes care of the question mark. Does this look acceptable to the committee? See, thumbs up. Daklacha, your hand is still up?
Oh, oops, I didn't mean to have my hand still up, but yeah, I had the same thing.
Okay. Moving right along. A Kagwantan woman from And goon. Dasachshoy?
wuduwasháa dach sati or no wuduwasháa dach chutznowu. I think I'm missing something in there. Or chutzida too.
Well, there's chutzidakwan and chutznuokwan. But I'd probably just put the community.
Okay.
That's how we
So on goon.
on goon. Dashacha, see your hand up.
Oh, I was gonna say wuduwasháa awe chutznuwudach.
Well, I don't know if I would say chutznuodach because that would be just somewhere from this big island.
Would you say on goon dach?
I would.
Yeah.
Just qua.
I have a question. So I didn't know that wuduwasháa, I didn't know that word. So is that's specifically a Kagwantan woman?
From Klukwan.
Oh, from
Oh.
I would probably offer an adjustment on this, or accept. The judge will accept an adjustment.
Kagwantan Shaw.
Or shawu. Oh,
Well, okay, how many? Kuninaksa awasha.
Show what?
There you go.
Ooh.
So why is it high tone? Yes.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Two. Do you want that high tone? Like two high tones or
Klukwan.
at the end?
What?
An old one? I don't want it.
Yes. So dach is always
Is that right?
closed. Suffixes are always high.
Okay.
Open suffixes are always the opposite of the one before it,
Okay.
except for the attributive, which refuses to change.
Sure. Okay.
Dashacha, your hand is up. Do you have a question or an adjustment? Or is your
I just keep forgetting to put my hand down.
Okay. We're good. Do I know her?
What's it cookie?
Anybody have something different? Adjustments?
Ausiku.
Be chosaku.
Yeah, I was gonna just say chusakuge.
If you put her, I would say you should put owe.
Because chusaku means I don't know it or I don't know
Or
them.
them.
Yeah.
You could say chosakuge, but I do like the h being there. I don't think you'd be. Did I know they got married? Like I don't think you would be asking that. But owe chosakuge.
I normally put huskaidu because I've been trying not to say wasaku constantly.
Oh, to kind of like make it more specific.
Yeah, and I always forget huh is a pronoun, so
Yeah.
it's just like a pet focus of mine right now.
If I were in this conversation, and this is probably just, I wrote the English, of course, but I'd probably say, chosakuge we shawat, chosakuge du yi shet. That's probably what I would say. But we'll match it with the English.
Make it like connect to what you said before.
Yeah. Because then it just becomes, sometimes you just add, it's not like you need that to work, but you add it just for clarity.
Yeah.
So yeah, Emeka?
I would either say, chosakuge we shawat, or chosakuge du yi shet.
Oh, new wife.
Yeah. His new wife. Well, they're newly married.
Makes me think who was the old wife?
Yeah.
Bob, might be the next conversation.
It's handy. Multiple wives, multiple husbands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be wondering who his other wives.
Mm-hmm. Dísi wuduwasháa. Okay. You met her. She dances in their group at celebration.
X'éig,
Ah.
just out of curiosity, for do I know her, could you also use the progressive imperfective?
To say, am I getting to, well, that would be like, am I getting to know her?
Okay,
Which would be an odd question to ask somebody.
Yeah,
You could
sure.
say- You could say, like, for example, if the conversation were, my son just got married and I've never met the woman that he married, but I am getting to know her, or something like that. Like, so, or, you know, that could be an answer to this. Yeah.
Who's is it their mother's group or their sister's group?
Oh.
Ooh.
Dang.
I'm assuming that the mother's also from Angoon.
Is that the Kukesh one?
Dude.
Here they come. I do believe that dance. Okay, she dances with
Because there's a couple now.
Dukt'ootl.
Okay. Okay.
Fine.
I see you really value your input.
I should pause it before I threw my fit. Dukt'ootl. That's actually.
Away is Saku.
Yisaku.
Yisaku. Oh, I thought it was just for one person, it would be Isaku.
It's an event verb, so it has no imperfective.
Oh, cool. Okay. Wooch. Khudzi da kwan wooch in? Or wooch? In.
What are you doing? Oh, I was looking at that.
A'tudli. That was my guess.
Any adjustments? Any alternatives?
I tried to use the relational base kage.
Oh.
So who kage a'lecht in chudzakwan away celebration Kayaaní.
So we have. There's probably, okay, there's a couple different ways to say that. How did you have it?
Who kage wa a'lecht in chudzakwan away celebration Kayaaní.
Celebration. And for the you met her, did you have something different from that?
And who kage wa
I might offer a little. You could say, Dukt'ootl. That's one way you could say it. You have encountered her. You could also say Wooch kéilkʼ. You guys, and that doesn't mean you walked into each other, but that's how Tlingit says, like, if I say, oh, you know who I ran into, like that's how you like to say that kind of in English, and the equivalent was like, Yisikuge, a'dugetsa, chukut. And then you could say Wooch kéilkʼ. We met each other. But you know, Ku'owe Yisaku does the same thing. I thought I saw. Yeah, I think those were the two that I would consider, and I guess I'll put all Wooch Gate Ye Da'at. And then Chudzakwan in a'tudli celebration. I'll just probably do that. I don't think you need the second verb.
And Kayaaní,
Will you remind us some of your proposals or some of the proposals for the for celebration, Lingi Kayaaní.
Oh. Yes. Llingit a ʼatudli. Dísi. I think I think I made that into a noun somehow.
Really, just think it.
Llingit. Well, if we're saying it in Ling, well, I guess, okay. You can't say shikatku. Llingit. Hadas kasamelgich. A'tleich. Okay. a'atudli. That'd be a short way to do it. It kind of minimizes it to dancing, I guess. Hakusi yaudutzihi. Making a public event of our culture.
When do you use een and when do you use teen?
I like to use teen when the thing before it starts with a vowel, and I like to use een when the thing before it starts with a consonant.
Okay, so that's okay.
I think that's all.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes I've been corrected when I did predict it that way.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably the pattern.
Okay, cool.
Is that the same question?
Tin, teen, een, yes.
Okay.
And I think they can all go high or low.
And so that's consonant before tin, vowel before een. Switch around.
Like wooch, een, whoosh, tin. That's also, I guess that's a soft. It's kind of a soft consonant, I guess. Ach tla teen, ach ish een. That's how I would probably say it. But I don't know if there's someone else's dissertation. What'd you write about teen, tin, and een? Okay, and celebration. Okay. Are they good to each other? Okay, good.
Wooch een has X'éig.
Okay. Dashacha.
Wooch een has X'éig.
Oh. Do you accept the amendment? Okay.
The friendly amendment.
Yes. It was Khoni amendment.
I want a whole sheet of Robert's Rules of Order and think it.
Sunny clean. Okay, we'll work on it. Any adjustments? Any other thoughts, questions?
Akwe means is it correct?
Akwe is that it is that on its own you would say is that. So like kéilkʼ is that a dog?
Okay.
But ye'akwe is that how it is? A yachakwe is that correct?
Could that work? Yakwe? Or that would be different?
Kéilkʼ is it good?
Oh, is it good?
So you could say.
Because they're asking if they're good to each other, right? So.
Yeah, and so the doesn't really, because it's like, is that a good thing?
Okay.
So it's sort of like it just means you're talking about is that thing.
Taking it away from what you actually want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you could also kind of do a different approach. Wooch een has. I'd probably say, yeah, wooch een has tla'an. That's another way. X'éig has to wooch een kusti. Or you could say X'éig. I'd probably say another way. I'd probably say wooch. X'éig. Wooch een chasati. Or has to wooch een chasati. Is their being together good? But I like these ones better because they talk about them like how they are together. Okay.
Awunege.
Dasa?
Awune. Respect.
Oh, yeah. So you could say wooch. Okay. These are getting large. Wooch. Ya. Ge. Has. A yao. Dene. So the respecting thing, the ya, what goes before the ya is who is being respected. So wooch ya ge. Has a yao dene. Do they respect each other? That's a good way to ask it.
So that each other would be the wooch.
Yes. And so just like keep an eye on how Tlingit takes care of some of these things, which I think is really interesting, like in terms of putting things together, doing things to each other, those types of things. I think so. They are fitting to each other. Okay, I think someone has it. It's parts of it. At least we'll put it together. Skydo.
Yehwaji Wooch in Tashugu.
Have any alternatives?
Quais haswushai yayati.
Say it again.
Quais haswushai yayati.
Ushiai.
You're a pair. Because pairs fit together.
Oh yeah, twin, right? Wushai.
Or like puzzle pieces in a pair.
Oh, that's cute.
Anyone else?
I used Shakdeya. Or I think
Oh, Shakte for the at the beginning. Shakte.
You're not quite certain.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
in this context, perhaps. Which is fine. Which is fine.
Right, anti-response.
One of these walls could talk.
No one's got enough for my nephew. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. Shakte. I would also say we could look at this verb for something to be fitting, proper. So this is something that I think would be interesting. And there's different, so you could say, you would have yan uwajak. And so yan uwajak has to wuchin sati. Their being together is proper, it's fitting. They fit well. And so this, it's a neat verb, it's suitable, but it also means like for things to really fit. Like this is a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle. That's how you talk about that kind of thing. I do think, so you have duyat wuduwasháa, wooshed, khwatlajak. I think you could say woosh has. I think you'd say woosh has. I don't know how you'd say woosh has. ʼatudli.átk, maybe. They fit to each other. It's a really, I think it'd be a really cool way to say it. And with this jock, it's interesting because there's like jock is killing. There's another jock, which is to beat someone up. And so, and then you have this one, which is, it fits together nicely. And so, shaklijakku is a way to say a very cute and fitting face. So,
Saloon, she never liked the X'éig, but she liked the Juk.
Yeah.
Is what she's.
Shakshajak.
Yeah.
Right. It's like they just have
Say to her,
their faces just really put together well.
Yeah.
That's how I would think of it.
Not you're pretty, but that's what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
I first heard it at Shakshajak Kudush or something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And we used it when Hanak wanted to give someone a name, and he was a hairdresser.
Okay.
So coming, I guess I would say another alternative would be maybe. You might end up with Wooch has outlet jump.
Ishaklijak. Yeah, Ishaklijak.
Ish.
Just hold, Renee, one other thing. This is from Kenny Grant in Glacier Bay. Just a couple of.
A bit louder.
Pull it up. Kenny Grant in Glacier Bay. Kunachawe ikajak yukatungi. You speak beautifully, correctly, properly.
Yeah, like what you said really fit the occasion.
Yes, and he says you can do that with whatever somebody's doing, so carving or your work or whatever. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, like if we go look it up in Lear's work, I think we'll find some other.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll find a lot of like sample sentences and stuff. We'll go look it up in Eggleston as well. So we go down to J, and then we see down here. So we see ʼatudli.átk, accomplishment. Yan uwajak. It's in place, it's settled, it's comfortable, it's proper. Kéilkʼ ayawujak. Ashkat tu jak. Put their trust in them. Yan outljak. It got settled permanently into a place. Ashit outljak. Several different definitions for that. To Wooch yan outljak. Which would be they feel like it's fitting, maybe. Shwutlajak, move to get comfortable. Yan shwutlajak, got comfortable. Outljak, making excuses. We're not hear that during finals week. Akach skautlajak, kesh yan kach tutlajak is uncomfortable. This yan kach is really pretty interesting. You'll see it used in a couple other things like that to be like to feel at ease or to feel uneasy. Kéilk'k, and then kajak, neat or adept. Kajak is like to say something that really fits the occasion. And then we get the different job, which is to beat up.
Is the one to settle often uses like migration stories? I feel like I've heard that for.
Maybe if you say like they found it to be a suitable place.
Yeah.
Like maybe when they talk about when they settled at Anjqashtu, sometimes they'll say they were on that side of Admiralty, then they came over to this side of Douglas, and then they went over, then they found this spot and they really liked it. So it could be like, yeah, if they were trying some different places to live and then settled on something that they liked. I think that would work. And we don't have it in here, so. Okay, بالشيش. Oops, wrong document. Okay. Only 3 more to go. Where did they get married? Back to the easy stuff. Hey. Showy. Dukt'ootl.
Gusu Wooch has wuduwasháa. Wuduwasháa.
How would you spell that verb?
ISH long and high A.
Skydu?
I said gusa. And then I didn't say the hus, but I don't know. And then I said wuduwasháa.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So gusu, we shouldn't be using that if there's asking about a verb. I've heard it, I've seen it, but typically that's verbless. Just like, where is that? Where is this? Usually just some noun, or you just say gusu. That's all. Guksa, wuduwasháa. Any other suggestions, alternatives, questions?
I came across in the verb dictionary, just looking at married, the yan has uwane, uni, a tone e, but double e.
It's under married?
Yeah, or that's when I just like words for dictionary.
Oh, okay. Let's go take a look.
And would that be?
Dukt'ootl. Oh. Jan kameri yan hasu wani.
Permanent.
It's very suggestive. It sounds like they are ready. That's what it sounds like to me. Yan hasu wani. It's uwani or uwane, depending on where you're from. But I guess that's how. Yeah, I guess, in some contexts that could mean they've become permanent. Probably a post-contact influence, maybe. I don't know. I think Tlingits, they were like into being married, but I don't think they were like, I do some of the like permanent parts are sort of like you're not supposed to get divorced type of things. I don't know about that.
That one Juno Indian Studies book does talk about traditional divorce and what would happen if it was amicable or mutual, and that was permissible, and who got to keep the gifts.
Oh, interesting.
And then what would happen if it wasn't? Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, and so, but it could be something that we just haven't looked at yet. Okay. Yehuchia. Hawaii, and why wasn't I invited? Sorry, I gotta copy and paste. Chacha, do you have it, or is your hand up?
Oh, Hawaii. Right?
Or Hawaii could be called.
I just like having my hand up.
What's that?
Because does Gunana just mean like outsider?
Well, it would mean Dene lands. Like if you said Punanaani, I would think of Shoshone country or Tagish, like any Dene people near the Tlingit we call them Gunana.
Do we have a word for Pacific Islanders?
We'll just say Hawaii.
Oh, so
And you could say Hawaii or Hawaii or Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Oops, I gotta pause. Yeah, Josh, come on, you got it?
Yeah, I'd give it a try.
Yay.
Yeah, wanach kéilkʼ would do e.
I might add one word.
So, did you say chat?
Why would do eek and not just eek?
Well, okay, so I'd probably also say saya or sawe, but wanachsa works. I'd probably say wanachsaya kesh. So if there are two answers that are totally acceptable. Wanachsaya kechat wudu'ig, which is saying, okay, we got to translate these, and then we'll say wanachsaya kesh. Okay, how would this one translate? Wanachsaya kesh chat wudu'ig. I'll do this over on the English side.
Why?
Why?
Not.
Why didn't nobody invite me?
Yeah, so you could say, why was I not invited? Why did nobody invite me? So I think either one of those would work. And then if you said, but what if I wanted to say, why did they all not invite me? With they all being the third person plural.
Wanach sawe tles chas chat awu ich.
We'll just say wu'i.
That was my question, is when do you use wuduwasháa versus wu'ik?
For wuduwasháa, it's less, I guess the way I would interpret the difference between these in this context is you're saying, why wasn't I invited? I'm sad that I didn't get to go. Why didn't they invite me? They should have invited me. So there's a little bit of blame on the second one, I think.
Okay, because I did the first one, but instead of wuduwasháa, I did wu'ik.
So that would be, you would probably be thinking of a specific person.
Yeah,
My nephew.
who didn't invite me.
So no longer the favorite. Don't care if she's good for him or not.
We're only a yen now.
But both would be, like, joking aside, I could say wanaksa sa kéilkʼ wu'ik.
Yes. And that I would assume like you're upset with the nephew.
Yes.
Because you had to ask if he even knew that girl. So.
All right. I just dropped the du.
Oh, and you put in your nephew.
No, it's just implied saying, so I did wanaksa kéilkʼ wu'ik.
Yeah, so that would be, why didn't they invite me? And you're thinking of a specific person.
Okay.
Awesome, fun stuff. Okay.
Because he's a grown man, I'm not going to hold my sister accountable for his actions.
Oh.
If he's old enough to get married, he's old enough to invite me.
If my brother's kid didn't invite me to his wedding, I'd be mad at my brother too. Like,
I could be mad at him.
I'd be mad at everybody. Okay. So this gets us thinking about our final for this class, which we have about 3.5 weeks to do. And it's just it's a conversation between two people. So think about context, think about day-to-day type of conversations. That's what we're really trying to go for, not something, there's a couple of maybe unusual things, but I think this isn't that. I don't know, like whenever language teachers write dialogue, they're always the fakest weird dialogue ever. But just think of things like this. And so, sheesh. Any questions or thoughts before we look at Dukt'ootl?
That was a helpful way to introduce us to our final Ganesh.
I would probably suggest at this point you write the English and then translate it over, make adjustments if you have to. But that way, the goal here, again, coming back to the statement of intention at the beginning of the semester, was to kind of contribute to a future workbook that's just daily conversations and that we can sort of use to teach people the language, right? So like, what are things that you think people talk about on a regular basis that you could convey in it's a short conversation, right? Anything else? Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm working on the final, but my notes are really messy. Were you expecting us to turn this one in?
I'm expecting there to be a performance on the last class.
Okay.
Like a one-person show kind of thing, or?
Yes, you could work in pairs. I think it makes sense to work in pairs.
Okay, cool.
If everybody's cool with that.
We could do like a little crazy.
Oh yeah, if you want to do puppet show, that's an option. Cool. If you want to do like some sort of performance where you're live acting, that's also fine. If you want to just read it because you're a little nervous, that sounds not as exciting, but also fine. I'm not going to give anything a thumbs down.
I was working on our transcription for one of our classes when I was asking about ʼatudli.átk, and I got to a line that I just didn't quite understand. I tried to figure it out. I think I understand what you're saying. I just haven't seen it like this. The couple of lines before it was wayata ayach etuwasaku, and referring to the color, I think. Wanikutin. But the line that got me was Wash ikach hukwaslakaw. Maybe it'll fight.
Oh, like fight the sickness?
Yeah, like maybe it'll would you say like maybe it's going to fight for you?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's going to fight it?
It's going to defend you.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding that right.
Ikach hukwaslakaw.
Ah.
Yeah. It's gonna.
Sheesh.
Them germs gonna get jocked. Okay, ready for Dukt'ootl? Anything else? Last chance. Here's our sentence. Can somebody read it?
Jan heich away hinde now Wooch.
Yan awuchegu. What is that?
Is the root ʼéig?
What is ʼéig? It's a verb root.
And the U is relational on it.
Yeah, because you got a subordinative right here.
These are verb themes.
What is ʼéig? Huh? That's that. Sleep. And anything special about it?
It's a plural verb.
Yeah. I think it's related to you got wachachegu. It's built into that, I think, somehow. What about the yan? That's
Is
interesting.
this one of the act verbs that adds an A at the beginning?
Yeah,
Or is there a different reason for the A?
What is the A? I feel like we talked about this like a week ago, maybe. I think it was in here.
Isn't that an it?
Not really.
So just
It usually is. Though.
it's a pig bell.
No, that would be an I. Let's go look at ʼéig. I do think the verb database has our answer. First, let's look at ta. Let's just see if there's anything related to that in here. So here is to sleep, and that's all third person. So never mind. Let's go to ʼéig and see if it's in here. I think it is, maybe.
I didn't. Oh, never mind.
And that's all third person, so never mind. Have we ever, okay. Anybody else figure this out?
It's a fourth person.
Yes.
Because sometimes fourth person is do, but sometimes in motion verbs it's an A, and we talked about on Kayaaní, Dísi.
And in sleeping.
And in sleeping.
If
And
you said
also for the verb for sleeping.
Dukt'ootl, someone is sleeping under the table. An unknown person. Bum, bum, bum. So, someone?
Is this the yen for being completed?
Yeah.
And is the owe hinde nugget always goes to the water?
Yeah, so yan awchechu, when we put it all together, when the people are completely asleep. Or were. Well, I guess no, I'd say are. No, I'd say were. They always go to the water.
When it's in front of the verb, the yun, is it usually mean completed? And when it's after a relational, it means like the plural. Like hasaniyan.
That's a kinship term and it's high tone. So
Oh.
it's a different one. And there's only a few of them you put it on. The chunkiyan, kaniyan. I like to use it for chunkiyan. Some people say chunkihas, but I like yan better. I think those might be the only ones. All the other ones are husses. Okay, then he's a little nervous about talking about this next part, which we'll get to. Can I get someone to read this?
Dukt'ootl Dukanach wuti de awehini ganukch.
Jeez. ʼatudli.
That is always?
Well, I guess you could have like ch'kluk.
Oh, yeah. I always forget what that clay means.
Clay is
Then.
then. And just keep an eye on when they start stacking up in a sentence.
Yeah.
Just.
Then.
Oh.
And so in that case, you might say just when. Once you get to, like, it starts to, it's like really talking about like these things being related to each other in terms of sequence or time. What about dukanach wuti de? Which I would expect to be wuti de.
Is that day that until?
Yes. Yes. So now we've got until. So you can put day and dach just right onto a verb, and that means until that thing happens or from when that thing happens. So time and space work the same in Lingi. So then we know we have dukanach uti. What might be going on there? What's the verb? There's an imperfect.
Going under?
Well, that would have to have like ta de or ta nach or something like that.
It's like, isn't that along the top of it?
Yeah, it is along the top of it. Do we know the imperfect? How would we say this verb in the imperfective? Anybody know? Without the day on there. Let's watch.
Wuti.
Yeah, wuti. So you could say do ka nach wuti. So that if we took, there's a couple things. Okay, so if we took the day off of it, we would have dukanach wuti ye. And if we took the ye off of it, we would have dukanach wuti. And if we took the perfective marker off, we would have dukanach yeti. So then we could see that one verb, how it's changing quite a bit, because we just tacked on two suffixes. So dukanach, and I think you gotta say it like this, kanach, because if you say kanach, it does mean it's on the top of, it went over the top of them. But when you say dukanach yeti, it is overpowering them. So you have to know how to say this one right, but you could say ach kanach yeti ach kéilkʼ. Why would you want to say that? What's the context?
Is that the right one?
Yes. I have to pee so bad. Like, this is like, we have about 1 minute before it's a situation, okay? And so, but you want to make sure you're getting that kanach right, because this is a funny phrase to say. It's like really saying like, it's funny, but it's also like if someone says that, you're like, oh, like let's find a solution, right? But if you said kanach here, now that's a weird situation. So vowel length matters, folks, and so does tone. So then just when, or maybe like up until, because then you have day, right? So this is when you start getting tle sprinkled in there. Once you see more than one, there's something really important in terms of like the time and the sequence. So until, so we got then, just when, overpowering, until, or overpowered, him, until, and what is hini qanukch?
Their water.
The water.
Does
So
that
hini.
mean like sit?
Yeah, like
Yes.
Sitting, they always sit.
is it always or is there a regular CH?
No, this one is always. Because you have the qa, like you say qanu.
Because they said always just before.
Yes.
Okay. So I would assume it would be always.
And in this case, when you have hini like this, it means in the water.
So it does mean in.
So
Okay.
you could say hini kaku, get in the water. So do we see how this is sort of working all together now? Because we probably have to rearrange it for our English verb. So the day part is what. So like, you kind of have to so away, play, to play. And then like, your English brain would probably want hini qanukch, right, to come next, right? Then he'd always sit in the water up until it overpowered him. Which, you know, we'd see that, how the Downhowers have translated that. But then we're seeing how all these different parts work.
How does the K work on there? Because ganu is sit.
There are a set of verbs where the end falls off in the command form. So you'd say, yik qanuk. They are going to sit there.
Okay, because that's what.
It's in there. Yik.
Okay. That's what confused me about the always, because I know K can also be always, and so I thought that was the always in the CH before.
It's just the end, because qanu, it falls off. But you'd say, how would I say,
I didn't mean to start something.
I sat in that chair? I'll do the first one. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got a video of my kids when they were pretty young. China's probably 4. And at the end she goes, Kayaaní? Kayaaní. I don't know why. Anytime you hear Kayaaní, that just goes off in my brain. Wait, Kayaaní. Gotta get the on part. Well, I said, yeah, but it would be on. Alex said, cut.
It's
It
diluted.
was at.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds better with that. And the perfective for sat. Croissant. No, I'm just kidding. I am fully just taking care of myself. I'm entertained. Hey, we have qanu. We have qanuqch. What's going to happen? It's q conjugation. And it's the same verb root. Qanu. Qanuqch. Qanu. It's got to stay long and low. Okay. I sat in that chair. Okay. So then we see this for like in qanuqch, right? And then there's that qanuqch thing. They always sat there, right? So then you could say kesh qanuqch.
You said where I sat next to the chair.
Where Kayaaní talked. I sat next to the chair. Sounds like you sat on the floor.
Yes.
Okay, we'll stop there. We won't do the kesh. Well, no, I like, because whenever we see how to do a habitual, kesh qanuqch, always say, yeah, just say kesh qanuqch. So this would be, they always sat. And when we put kesh in front of it, do we remember what happens?
Oh, it's always short.
In terms of meaning.
Not yet.
They haven't sat yet. And then chush qa nuk.
Is there no way that thing?
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, okay.
But what we're trying to sort of get here is the pattern, right? So like, and this happened yesterday, someone said, the sun has not risen yet. And there's 2 different ways you could do it. I do like the daybreak verb. And so we went ʼatudli.átk, the sun always rises. ʼatudli.átk, the sun hasn't risen yet. ʼatudli.átk, which is in the story before the sun rose. So that reveals your pattern. Qanuqch, kéilkʼ, ʼatudli.átk, before they sat. This is this works for all those habituals, all of them. Once you learn how to do one of those habituals, so you could say wuduwasháa, I always eat it. Wuduwasháa, I haven't eaten it yet. Wuduwasháa, before I ate it.
Are you gonna put this in notes, or are you just gonna keep it there since it's an English blank.
But I'll just keep it there. I could put it in notes.
I
Just maybe if we could put it in a different color, so we know it doesn't go with it.
Ooh, what color?
Red.
Cool.
ʼatudli.átk.
Oh, we gotta do one more. Oh wait, no, I don't think I have time. Oh, looks like there's another habitual coming. Tak kwati gunchish for giving us all these habituals. Tak haji teach always gives us them. Okay, I'm done.
Wooch, do you know Dísi how to say millionaire? I was saying like Wilsonay. But that's totally me now.
Million would be Winyan?
call?
Yeah, Winyan.
I would just say Jitidana. Jitidana ka.
Yeah, because I made a do so way.
Oh, who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah, a do so way millionaire.
Adusa dituasaku Jitidana khusati. Because then it's just like, who wants to be a rich person?
Who wants to be a rich person? I like that.
Jitidana means you got like all the money.
Kayaaní to
Adusa
Dusa.
dituasaku Jitidana. Jitidana. Kach. Or I guess it should be kach. Wusati.
Awesome.
Atuasaku achuni jit achtatani. I want to phone a friend.
Yeah. Shkuye.
Yeah, kasatin gonna cheese. Workbooks.
Sheesh.
And that's cheese.
That's cheese, Ziagan.
Right up here.
Kecha.
This needs to be checked down here.
Okay.